if Brock wins, should San Francisco consider making him the highest paid quarterback?
Highest paid? Like,
He's a Super Bowl champion. We seen Joe Flacco get paid off being the Super Bowl champion.
Was
I don't know.
was Joe the
Highest
highest
paid,
paid after that? I know he got the bag. I don't know if Joe's the
I
highest
think.
paid QB in the
Yeah,
league.
I think if Brock Purdy came in there with some, I want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league stuff, they'd be like, well, all right, we just gonna tag you for this year. We will come back and work this out next year or something like that. Because highest paid is crazy. Now,
That's
don't get
crazy.
me wrong. Yes,
That's
he
crazy.
wins a Super Bowl. He deserves all the credit, right? But John Lynch ain't stupid. He knows what he's working with. You know what I'm saying? They ain't stupid, right? What makes, Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, highest paid guys, what got Deshaun Watson his contract was not only the on-field success, it's the person. They're specimens. Josh Allen is a specimen. You know what I'm saying? When all else fails, they could fall back on their God-given physical attributes, you know what I'm saying, to keep the flow going.
Welcome in to Stay in Bounds, the sports podcast of the people. I'm your host, Corey P, here alongside Vic. How you doing, bro?
Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank y'all for having me.
And K-Wall, what's up, brother?
Bless. I'm glad to be back. Gone for a couple weeks. Got the Super Bowl today.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully your team wins if they're in the script to win.
The script.
Hey, man. People think it's scripted. Some people, would say, hey, the best teams are getting there. But it's
But
always
the
one.
biggest news is we just got to make sure Taylor Swift's plane lands in time so she can get there. So if anyone's got the flight plan tracking or whatever like that, just email Kari P and let them know so we can get that information out to y'all. Because I've gotten like 3 notifications. Well, here's a way Taylor Swift can get to the Super Bowl in time. Let's break it down. Like, I mean, this is like CNN, like big news stations covering this.
Trying to break the logistics down. Like, what? That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, man, it's getting ridiculous out here. The
It
Taylor
is.
Swift Bowl. All right, well, so with this Super Bowl going on today, there's one quarterback that had just been the best quarterback in the league for the past, 6 years, which is absolutely crazy. Like, uh, even Brady's original run wasn't this crazy. You know what I mean? So my question is, does winning the Super Bowl put Pat in the GOAT conversation?
You could take it first. You can take it first.
Um, Appreciate that, brother. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think we're so far removed from what Tom did back then that we forget what it looked like. I remember when Tom did them first three, that jump was like, damn, who this tall, slender glass of milk throwing this pill like that? And he had some nobody. Remember, he had like what Deion Branch at one time, and like
Jabbar Gaffney.
yeah,
Like that,
Gaffney running back. Remember, they got Corey Dillon from the Bengals that one time,
yeah.
and they won a chip. So like he was kind of piecing it together. It ain't looking sexy as Pat now. Pat is, I ain't gonna lie. They already had Pat in the GOAT conversation when he won the second one. He won the third one. They don't say he that boy. They gonna change him to the logo. They gonna change him to the logo. I'm telling you, they're gonna change him to the logo. I'm telling you. I love how he play. I love how Pat play. He is a competitor. He's a competitor. Anything he can do to get the advantage, he's gonna do it. And I think he wins today. Yeah, yeah. We in the era of Pat. It's got before Christ, after dinosaurs. They're gonna call this PT. Patrick's time. That's all they're gonna say. Patrick's time. That's what it
PT.
is. That's
Uh,
how
like to be the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Is he on that trajectory? I think he's on a trajectory, win or loss. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of if you believe in like the whole NFL scripted or the refs thing, like the dude's got crazy talent. So that's like undeniable. I could see if he was like mediocre and he was kind of getting lifted up by his team, like the other guy playing today, kind of, Brock a little bit. But Pat's probably the most talented quarterback in the league. You know what I'm saying? There isn't a attribute that he has that he's like fraudulent in. You know what I'm saying? Dude is top tier in every angle. Like Vic said, yeah, after that second one, it was ready to don him the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? I think, I mean, 3 Super Bowls, there's some dudes who have illustrious careers that don't even have one. You know what I'm saying? So he's already a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame. To be the GOAT, though, I think he got to walk Brady down a couple more times, and now he has a top tier defense, so that makes it so much more easier for him. But I mean, yeah, I mean, after he won the first one, as early as he won the first one, I think he was on the trajectory with the talent that he has. I mean, it don't take much for Pat to cook. He brings the best out of them guys. You didn't know who Justin Watson and Noah Gray, all them dudes was until until Pat started getting the ball. They're like, oh, they're okay. So I think he keeps doing that. I mean, it don't take much. You add one decent solid receiver with him and he gonna turn him into a superstar. Look at Rashee Rice. Ain't nobody knew who Rashee Rice was when he was there. Dude's the best receiver on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. They definitely turns Pat into like LeBron to Brady's Jordan. You feel me? They just put him in that conversation where it's like, as younger fans come up, they're gonna obviously say Pat. The younger fans that have never really seen Brady, never seen like him from the beginning, paid attention to the career and all that stuff. And then it's gonna be like the older guys that seen Brady, all that stuff gonna be Brady. Well, what are you talking about? Tom Brady, the stuff Tom Brady did. Um, it's just tough because when you look at it, they have very similar like careers in a sense in terms of like what they got. Like, they have decent defense. The Chiefs, their defense has always been the greatest, but it's been good enough. You know what I mean? Um, Pat was able to get his dominant tight end earlier in his career, unlike Brady, who got it later in Gronk. Um, so when I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, cool. Can Pat be the GOAT? I feel like what's going to end up happening is if Pat wins 5 Super Bowl rings, let's say he just went 5, and that's it. He don't
Just
get.
five. That's crazy.
I'm saying,
That's a crazy statement you just said.
I get
Just
what you
five.
say, but I'm saying, let's say he just get 5 to like Brady 7. I think that they would probably still put Pat over Brady in the history books. Kind of
Yeah.
similar to how some people, even though LeBron got 4 to Jordan 6, will say LeBron is over Jordan. Because at the trajectory that Pat is going, it depends. It's going to come down to longevity too. Because the amount of years that Brady played, he was able to keep adding numbers, 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 numbers.
Yeah, and then them Tampa Bay years, he really padded the stats. Them two
Yeah.
years
Hell
in
yeah.
Tampa,
What?
he threw
Yeah.
he
Yo,
threw
he
So
was
for
like
like
Tony Soprano in Tampa.
he threw for like almost 10,000 yards in like 2 years. So that really padded the stats there. But I see what you're saying. I think like if Pat say he wins five Super Bowls is crazy, especially in this day and age because dudes are more talented, more athletic. There's easier replacements than when Brady was playing back then. In those days, the guys who were good were the guys who were good. The guys who were subpar were legitimately subpar. You know what I'm saying? So the level of talent is a little bit differently. But I feel as though if like Pat Mahomes knocks off some of them like those like passing yards, he knocks off the touchdowns, the passing touchdowns, those kind of things, and then the All Pro nods and the MVPs. I mean, I think at the end of it, his jacket at the end of it will be filled with a lot more accolades if it doesn't come down to him walking him down with the rings.
He's doing what Jordan, LeBron, and Curry has done, stopping great players from getting chips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing didn't get a chip against Jordan. Charles Barkley didn't get a chip. You know what I'm saying? You got Braun. Paul George still ain't got no chip. He's who else? He stopped Roy that was with Paul. Russell ain't getting no chip yet.
Yeah,
Curry done took some chips from guys. Like
KD,
Pat is doing, like he's doing it.
Tatum, Brown,
Yeah, you
KD.
know what I'm saying?
The
Like
list
Pat is
goes on. Yeah, I
doing it.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat. And then another thing with Pat, any great quarterback, what I've realized in the NFL, you can have a regular defense. They're gonna put their soul on the line for you because they know you can deliver. Like who they usually the Chiefs have one All Pro, and that's what Chris Jones maybe.
Yeah.
This year they got two, Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie. I can't name you the rest of them. I think Nick Bolton, and they pull Snead off the garbage bin at
Yeah.
Walmart somewhere. Like, yeah, like, and shout out to Andy Reid. I will say this card. I don't think Pat would be where he's at without Andy.
Facts.
Because I feel like Pat would be in the situation that Justin's in, Josh is in, Lamar's in. You out there wheeling and dealing, and you ain't got the right person to call the right plays. But shout out to Andy and the Chiefs.
That's true.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's the same thing like Brady. You know, Brady had Belichick. You know,
facts,
if
facts.
you put Brady, like say on the Seahawks all them years ago, or you put him on the
I
Falcons,
don't think he gets.
does he? Yeah, does he?
I don't think so.
I don't. Does he
Probably,
develop
probably
into the
got
player?
cut.
Because you got to think, right? Brady wasn't the talented guy that he was when he first walked in.
No,
He had to be molded and developed. You know what I'm saying? So Pat has that working for him. Pat was already talented when he came in, but at the same time, you still gotta install that doctrine, you know, and discernment into the guy to make him, I guess, great, you know. And I think, like what you said, I second that. Yeah, Andy Reid was the perfect guy for
he was a
Pat,
perfect guy.
because if Pat would have went to Chicago during them, who was it? Not Adam Gase. It was Matt.
Trubisky, yeah, all
Yeah,
them.
that whatever Trubisky went there. I think if you flip Trubisky and Pat, I think Trubisky's career is a lot differently with
Yeah.
Andy Reid.
I don't think he's as good as Pat,
I don't think no, I don't think he's
but the
anywhere
outlook
near as
will
good.
look
But
different.
the outlook would look a lot differently because
Yep.
Trubisky's sitting behind
Yep.
Alex Smith. He's in a winning culture. He's getting coached up. I think he would be like a Brock Purdy, a great
Mm-hmm.
game manager,
Mm-hmm.
But
rather than a complete dumpster fire now.
the thing that Brady's gonna have, he's gonna have that folk tale with him, right? The same way Jordan get the whole folk tale of, oh man, he was cut his freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
He went to North Carolina. James Worthy was the man, and he gonna have that folk tale with him. Oh, he was drafted third overall.
Back in my day, we had Tom Brady.
And so Tom Brady gonna have the same thing. Oh, he was a 6th round pick. He was a
But
fourth string quarterback.
you gotta think
He
about this too, right? You gotta think about this too, right? There's only a collection of people that'll probably be, you know, talking about Tom Brady, like, because I mean, from that era, you know, Vic, you're talking about, you know, a lot of people hate that guy. You know, if you really think about it, there's a good part of America that hates that guy. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, he blocked a lot of people from getting championships. Like, I mean, great teams, you know,
Great team.
from getting championships. You know, so I don't know if Pat is world renownedly loved or whatever like that, but I mean, people it's undeniable. You still got people today who think Tom Brady's complete garbage with 7 rings. You talk to some folks.
I
I mean,
respect the grind.
someone near and dear to us who we know thinks he's garbage. You know,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just people I feel like people gonna have more hate for Pat than they did for Tom because you was able to see the breakthrough from certain quarterbacks, right? The only quarterback that we don't see, like we saw Ben breakthrough eventually. We saw Peyton breakthrough a couple of times. You know, we saw Joe Flacco get through. We was able to see a lot of other great quarterbacks get through. So far in the Pat era, the only person we've seen was Joe. Joe is the only person that we
Swagoo.
He's
yeah,
the only one that we done seen get past Pat. I mean, all right, you can say Brady, but that was young Pat. And even at that, he was still in the AFC Championship game. So if you look at it, the only people that are gonna beat Pat in the playoffs is Brady and Joe. Brady
yeah,
and Joe.
that's a good point.
That is a good point. Hey,
And it's
shout
So
out
all
to
been
Swagoo, man. Hope you
So
win.
people going, I feel like people going to hate Pat more because it look like, yo, we're not going to see Josh out right now. I mean, obviously they still got a lot of time to play, but right now we're not going to see a Josh Allen get through. We're not going to see a Lamar Jackson get through. We're not going to see a Herbert get through. We're not going to see a Lawrence get through. There's a lot of quarterbacks that we're not going to be able to see get through. And with that, people are going to hate because it's like, yo, we might have to look at a lot of these quarterbacks like, yo, they're really great number wise, but they never got a ring because of Pat. So they're gonna be like, yeah, Pat is great, but they're gonna be like, yo, man, Pat kind of ruined it for
I
a
see
lot
what
of
you're
people.
saying. I see what you're saying because I mean, it was like a solid like a decade where ain't nobody was coming out the East but Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
And I mean,
Yeah.
there were some really great teams. There was, I mean, some really great teams that never even sniffed the finals.
Damn, yeah, you're right,
We'd
man.
run into the Heat or run into the Cavs and get swept.
Yeah.
You know,
So I don't know, man, but hopefully, hey man, that man Pat, he still, hey man, he gonna have a
Bad
chance to be
boy,
the GOAT.
man. It's a bad boy.
He gonna have that chance to be the GOAT. All right. So moving on. So we got a guy who recently just won the MVP, who also was the youngest MVP in NFL history, and Lamar Jackson. So now he's a two-time MVP. He wasn't able to get past Pat, which who we just talked about, but at the same time, that doesn't take away from a great year that he has. But my question for y'all is, does winning this MVP makes wide receivers want to come play with Lamar?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, after that last showing where they threw the ball 70% of the time, that ain't really look all that great. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy for Lamar. I'm glad he got his second MVP. Congratulations. But as far as me taking my talents up to Baltimore, for one, Baltimore. No offense, you know what I'm saying.
Mo.
Two, you know, I don't know what happened. I don't really know what happened that last game. Like nobody was a factor. Nobody was a factor. OBJ was not a factor. Zay Flowers, not that big of a factor. He had some big plays. I'm not gonna lie. No, Zay Flowers had some big plays, but it's kind of like the same story. It's like Lamar can only support like like if we're talking wide receivers wise, Mark gonna get his. Mark wasn't healthy that game. Mark gonna get his. But if you're a receiver on the Baltimore Ravens, it's one guy is really gonna be making them plays, and you might get a target or two, and you got to make the most out of it. And I don't know. Depends on what I'm looking for. If they want to pay me big boy money to come to Baltimore, that's my best offer. Yeah, because obviously we're gonna be contending every year. You know, it's a winning culture, but you're not gonna go up there and I don't think Lamar can support 2,000-3,000 yard receivers. I think it's Mark and maybe another guy. I don't know. I think it would attract guys because Lamar's a cool guy outside of work or like that, but at the same time the money's gotta be right too. So there's other factors at play besides that. I don't see anyone taking a pay cut to go to Baltimore, if that's what you're asking. You know, if my market valuation is I'm a $14 million receiver, I'm not gonna go there for 7 or 8. I'm sorry. I'd rather just go run up my stats somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to win, it depends on the person too. Like if you're looking to win, yeah, you might take that pay cut. You know, but I don't think anyone's taking a pay cut to go to Baltimore. If that's the question, then yeah, I don't think so.
Me.
Um,
I'm gonna be real. I was disappointed. I was disappointed that Lamar didn't win, and I love Pat Mahomes. I was disappointed Lamar didn't win, but blessings in him with the second MVP. I'm glad he got that. But as far as being a wideout, think about it though. We just talking about consistency with Pat, Tom Brady. How many train wreck seasons have the Baltimore Ravens actually had? Yeah, like how many have they had? Maybe since they've been established, since I've been watching football, like maybe I can count on one hand, maybe how many like horrible seasons they've had. So if you're a wide receiver and you want to be consistently in the mix every year, Baltimore is a landing destination, especially if you get the bag. But does Baltimore really give out the bag? No, I can count on my hands how many people that actually pay crazy money to. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, and they've been mostly defensive guys.
Yeah,
Tony Saragusa, Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. I think the biggest offensive player they paid the bag to was Joe and Lamar. So I think I think Lamar needs a really good number one to actually like help him like do what Diggs did for Josh. Zay is good, but I don't think Zay can be Tyreek Hill. I don't maybe blessings to the brother. I hope he do great, but I don't know if he can be that yet. I don't know. So I think he needs a solid, but my thing with Lamar is if you give him that, like they make a trade for AJ Brown or this free agency, they go get T. Higgins. I'm scared he's gonna get tunnel vision, man, and he just gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Like just
you're gonna feel obligated to have
yeah, he's
to
gonna feel
get him
obligated
involved.
to, and I think that was the issue in the AFC Championship game. Lamar, run the damn ball. Just run. You're not Peyton Manning. Run the
Yeah, it seemed like he was out there to like prove a point that I can beat
ball.
this. I can beat them with my arm. You know what I'm saying?
So, but in that game, I feel like them and like the Baltimore Ravens as a whole lost that game. They,
Yeah,
it was 17-10.
yeah.
Zay Flowers fumble. There's a bunch of things that he get in the end zone fumble. There's a bunch of things that happened that game could have went the other way.
True.
But
True.
you so I cannot put that game strictly on Lamar. I mean, yes,
No.
he's the quarterback. Yes, he's the two-time MVP. Yes, so we're going to look at it like that. But there's one thing that I saw this year, and there's one wide receiver that if I'm Baltimore, I'm selling out for, and that man is Mike Evans.
Mm.
We saw what he did with OBJ this year, and obviously OBJ not OBJ from the past, but that deep threat that he had with OBJ this year was absolutely crazy. And then you get him a big guy that can make up for mistakes that he have. If Mike Evans, when he become free, Baltimore should be on the phone right then and there.
Oh,
But,
facts. Yeah.
but I'm gonna say this
That's
though.
a good
What
take. That's a
what
good take.
what what makes Baltimore so great on offense? It's the threat of the run, right?
Yeah.
But that
So if
allows
you
play action.
I know, but if you bring in a like Vic just said, right? You bring in a guy like a Mike Evans, right? A guy who he deserves to demand 10 targets a game. You know what I'm saying? Is Lamar gonna have to have tunnel vision and get away from the times when he should tuck his head and run, or
Yeah.
the play action where he should hand it off and he feels like, all right, I ain't got Mike the ball on this drive, and he's chucking the ball deep because you said he's a deep threat. You know what I'm saying? So now you got Lamar throwing 5, 6 moon balls a game. You know what I'm saying? Is
But
that
what
really what you want? I think what they need is right. You have that field stretcher and relatively on a cheap contract in Zay Flowers, right? The dude's a burner. I think what Lamar needs is a Mark Andrews esque player, but in the receiver core. You know what I'm saying? Someone
Mike
who can
Evans?
just help him, someone who can help him move the chains. But yeah, I mean, Mike, yeah, that Mike can do that. But Mike's best ability is like you said, is using his big body downfield and catching them 50-50 balls. That's his
He need
best
like an
thing.
almond raw.
Yeah, he needs like an Amon Ra, a DJ
He need like
Moore. You see what Amon Ra did with Jared Goff, right? We was
yes,
ready to we was ready to send Jared Goff to the gallows, and then he linked up with Amon Ra, and moves the chains. Then you add in a Sam Laporta, and now the dude just looks even better. But then you got them field stretcher threats with Reynolds and Khalif Raymond. I think that's what they need is a more balanced attack because everybody on Baltimore is a field stretcher
yeah.
down to Angular. Everybody just a burner. You know what I'm saying? There are no possession receivers. I mean, you could say OBJ, but the routes that they drew up from were
But
deep routes.
year two Zay Jones can be that. I feel like year two Zay Jones would be perfect in
Maybe.
that role
Maybe,
Maybe.
yeah. No, no, no. I'm just saying
because
hypothetically they were
you.
in the free agent market and they're looking for someone.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be looking for. Is like a really good slot receiver to just help bring him like a Hunter Renfro or something like that. Them years when Renfro was cooking,
Yeah.
having somebody like that, like where Lamar could take that little 7 yard check down. Because theoretically, you're right. If everybody's a field stretcher, the only plays you're looking at for Lamar is big boy shots down the field. And Lamar's accuracy is has its spotty moments. And in these big games like they just played in the against the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Having something like that to just keep the drive alive would be more valuable than having, 4 or 5 guys who can run a 4-4. You know what I'm saying?
But we seen a lot when Mark Andrews went down. When Mark Andrews went down, we saw how Lamar could spread out the ball.
I thought they
So
could better.
as far as supporting, like, let's say 2,000 yard receiver, 3,000 yard receivers, if Mark is there, as far as supporting that, I feel like Lamar can do that. I feel like I feel like uh Mike Evans, what it would do is it will allow, because people just gonna sit down, sit more flat. Yeah, every now and then you're gonna get the deep ball to OBJ because they're gonna probably sit in the flats, all that stuff. But when you allow Mike Evans to be more of a field stretcher, he can do the intermediate stuff, whatever. Okay, now if we're still putting Zay Jones in curls, like drags
I
across
see
the
what you're
middle,
saying. I
it
see what you're
opens
saying.
up, and then you can allow.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, Mark Andrews can be more of that possession receiver that you're looking at. You know what I mean?
He is
So with
short-handed.
that,
Yeah.
with that, that makes a more complete offense. And then with that, the threat of that run game, it doesn't allow just people to sit here and spy Lamar all game. I feel like, and that's what you want. You want Lamar to be able to, move around freely. And what we've seen from Lamar this year is that he can use his arm. He this year what we saw is he not always looking to run. In the years before, we seen as soon as Lamar get the ball, he do 1, 2, 3, and then he out.
Yeah. You're
And
right.
I mean, maybe that made that was better for his game because it was like, all right, well, it's more innovative and it doesn't make him think as much. But at the same time, we've seen him actually use his arm. So if he can incorporate a little bit of that 1, 2, 3 with, oh, I'm looking to throw first. I mean, we'll be able to see a way more complete Lamar.
I think so. I get what you're saying now because having like a Mike Evans to take the safeties with
Yeah.
him, and then leaving Zay to operate on the boundaries, and then you got Mark taking the linebackers with him.
Not bad.
It'd create havoc. But like we said, this is all hypothetical. Does what he showed in that game against the Chiefs warrant them paying a Mike Evans what he's deserved to be paid? You know what I'm saying? Or do they do what they usually do and go and get a couple of cheap guys off? Because what he showed in that last game, what I'm saying, which I think if Mark Andrews was playing and they wanted to go with a pass heavy approach, it would have made it a lot easier. He would have looked a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Mark wasn't
I'm gonna
playing
tell
at
you the
full
truth
strength.
though, okay? Not sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna tell
No,
you
you're
the truth.
good.
Likely is nice.
Likely's nice, but you saw it when they played the Chiefs, right? He wasn't looking his way. You know what I'm saying?
And then
He
when he
wasn't
did look
looking
his
his
way, he
way.
threw it into triple covers. I'm like, Lamar, what are you doing?
Yeah. And then the one time he does throw it to him, it's triple coverage. Yeah.
What are you doing? Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Trying to force it too much. Like I said, you need someone that if Mark was there to help move the chains.
yeah.
So I get what you're saying, Kari, but I don't think what they saw in that, like Vic said, they don't really pay offensive like position players like that.
You,
I don't
you,
think it warrants giving a Mike Evans a 5-year, $90 million contract or whatever he's going to command.
you
And
got
it's
two
up to
years.
Mike because look, Mike's a champion already. Mike won a Super Bowl. So Mike,
Mm.
this is Mike's last big contract,
Yeah.
probably. You know what I'm saying? So would he really take a pay cut and a production cut, to go to Baltimore? Or would he rather just stay in Tampa, where he's built his life if they're gonna give him all that money?
Baltimore got to figure it out. They got 2 years, right? Because what Cal Hamilton is showing, that man's gonna get paid.
That
Zay
man gonna get paid.
Flowers is what he's showing. He's good enough. He's going to
He gonna
get
get
paid.
paid.
That the
Likely
center
gonna get paid too. If he don't stay with them, likely gonna get paid.
backs, the
Yeah.
center
You
they
got the
got gonna get
linebackers, you
paid.
got the linebacker, the not Roquan, not Patrick Queen, but the guy behind Patrick Queen
Yeah.
that's gonna take his spot. He's gonna probably
Nope.
gonna get paid. You got guys in the line.
Baltimore
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
So they
And
got
another
two
thing,
years.
Card, I like about Mike. Another thing about Card, I like about Mike. Mike make you look good. Mike made Johnny Manziel look good. Mike made Baker Mayfield look good. Mike had Tom Brady looking like the resurgence. So I mean, he could go. You know what? I'm starting to like the Mike Evans idea now. I'm starting to.
No, I love it. That's a great
That's
spot for
kind
him.
of a great.
I'm
Yeah.
just looking at the other factors into it, like money, location.
Yeah.
Dude already has the ring, so I could see if he was chasing the ring, it makes sense. But he already has the ring. Does he really want to go to Baltimore? You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of
When you
things.
get
Baltimore
to a,
grind.
when you
Yo,
get to a
Baltimore ain't
certain
no joke, man.
when
Like
you
you
get
know
to a
what I'm
certain
saying.
level, all these guys, he already do it. And at a certain point, it's about the money. But I feel like in order to be in more of a winning situation, he would take maybe $1 million less. You know what I mean? At a
But
certain point,
but Mike light skin too, and in Baltimore, I don't know, dog. I don't
Mike,
know.
Mike, Mike, Mike had to move up to like White Marsh or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Like Pikesville or
yeah,
something. He got to go up
yeah,
top. He got to go up
yeah.
top. Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
That city at night looked like Gotham, like Gotham City.
Yo, I'm
We
telling you,
drove.
like,
We
yo,
was leaving my uncle's house and drove through there at night. I was like, bro, this is like Arkham Knights. This is
Baltimore is real, yo.
it's
Yo.
eerie, bro. It's an eerie city, bro, especially
Yeah,
at night.
man.
yeah, man. I mean, but shout out to Lamar, 2-time MVP. He just need that Super Bowl, and then we'll be able to talk about him in a better
What
light.
about a Devontae Smith? Like
Nah, because
taking
you got
Devontae
Zay
Smith?
Zay Flowers. To me, Zay Flowers and Devontae Smith is the same.
Yeah, you got two guys
Yeah.
do the same thing. Yeah.
What about a Brandon Ayuk?
That'd be a good one.
I like BA. But this the thing with BA though. BA got a lot of pressure on him. Because if he gets paid and then he leaves the Niners, he gonna get number one money.
But that's what I'm saying. So you were saying like he needs somebody like a Diggs. Like BA would be that budding young receiver linking up with his other quarterback, and then they help each other out, like the
I
Josh
don't know
Allen
if I
Diggs thing,
trust
maybe.
it. It's hard. Christian McCaffrey, we knew what Christian was. I know this is off top. We knew who Christian was coming from Carolina to the Niners. Do we really trust guys that's going to be that nice in Kyle Shanahan's system outside of Kyle Shanahan's system? I don't know, man.
Yeah, true. Because I mean,
I don't know.
he got Debo, Kittle, Christian McCaffrey running around out there, so he gets a lot of 1-on-1s. But I personally, I like Brandon Ayuk's game. When he does get the ball, it seems to be for chunks, and he does have good hands.
He do. No, he. But I'm just saying, he going to get number one money this offseason.
Yeah.
Like, yo, ain't no excuses now.
Yeah.
Facts.
And the amount of money Carolina gonna throw out, I'm coming to Carolina. All right, moving on. Moving on. If so we talked a lot. We talked about the first team in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs, but the other team in the Super Bowl is San Francisco. This is a repeat of a Super Bowl a few years ago, but it was the Jimmy Garoppolo San Francisco 49ers. But now we're in the Brock Purdy era. But my question for y'all is, if Brock wins, should San Francisco consider making him the highest paid quarterback?
Highest paid? Like,
He's a Super Bowl champion. We seen Joe Flacco get paid off being a Super Bowl champion.
I don't know.
Was Joe the
Highest
highest paid after that? I know he got the bag. I don't know if Joe's the
I
highest
think,
paid QB in the league.
yeah, I think if Brock Purdy came in there with some, I want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league stuff, they'd be like, well, all right, we just gonna tag you for this year. We will come back and work this out next year or something like that. Because highest paid is crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, he wins a Super Bowl. He deserves all the credit, right? But John Lynch ain't stupid. He knows what he's working with. You know what I'm saying? They ain't stupid, right? What makes, Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, highest paid guys, what got Deshaun Watson his contract was not only the on-field success, it's the person. They're specimens. Josh Allen is a specimen. You know what I'm saying? When all else fails, they could fall back on their God-given physical attributes, you know what I'm saying, to keep the flow going, right? Brock Purdy is operating, at a lower level of that, So to say that because he won the Super Bowl with a Trent Williams, Debo Samuel, Brandon
He's
Ayuk,
driving a
George
Bugatti.
Kittle, CMC, All Pro Javarius Ward, Joey Bosa, Chase Young, and you won a Super Bowl with that collection of guys, does that warrant being the highest paid player? I don't think so. This is gonna sound crazy because we're talking about winning a championship. I just don't think the physical attributes that make them that next level that warrants that contract. I don't think that they would do something like that. But then again, I don't know. But at the same time, once you pay that man and make him the highest paid, and he actually starts showing his true colors as just a regular, you're stuck because now you're gonna look like a fool paying him $30+ million a year. And say Brandon walks, right? Say Brandon walks, right? Say a couple years, Kittle takes one too many hits and hangs it up. Trent's not young. You know what I'm saying? Trent leaves. Say a couple of these superstar guys start, packing their bags or whatever like that and start going elsewhere, and he's left with CMC and a 30-something-year-old Debo Samuel. Now this is where you're paying this high guy to elevate your squad because right now the squad's elevating him. Now this is what you're paying these guys to elevate the rest of the squad. And if he looks mid as fuck as we all think he possibly could be, now you're stuck. You're stuck with him because now Brock, it don't matter what Brock do, Brock gonna get his money. But in this day and age, I mean, what's all their alternative at quarterback? They tried to draft one. They tried. Did he get a fair shot? I don't think Trey Lance got a fair shot.
I don't think so either.
I think he's a lot more talented than they allowed him to be. I don't think they ever really liked him. I think that was a front office move to get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But highest paid, no. I like I said, what's the alternative? I could see him, but I think he'd be in that $20 to $25 million range. I think he gets an exponential pay bump. But highest paid, bro, we're talking like 30s.
Daniel Jones getting 40 a year.
Who?
Daniel Jones getting 40 a year.
Danny Ocean. That boy's name, Danny Ocean. He got the bag. He tricked everybody.
He's getting 40 a year. And you telling me this Super Bowl winning quarterback shouldn't at least be Daniel Jones money?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be
You're
real.
right.
I
Maybe.
think
Like I
this
said,
is
there's
getting. I think we're getting close. I think Brock Purdy is in that Eli Manning. If he wins the chip card, like you say, he's in that Eli. Because Eli Manning, talent wise, I don't think he was top 5 when he won those 2 chips. Talent wise, hell no. But he beat Tom twice. So if Brock beat Pat, you got to pay him. The
yeah.
Niners got to pay him.
No,
They got
I'm not saying he's not getting paid. The question was, should he be the highest quarterback paid in the league?
the owner of the Niners is not. He's not going to make him the highest. If Brock walk in that room or he tells agent, I ain't taking nothing less than the highest paid QB. Brock, thank you for the chip. Bless to see your family. You gonna walk? Ain't no damn way in hell. I'm
But
paying Brock Purdy.
Because you pay Brock
No,
Purdy
no.
45 M's a year, right?
no, no,
The
no, no,
highest
no,
paid.
no. It's more than that. Lamar got 264 for 5.
Hold on. Let me look at the
Yeah,
numbers.
look it
Lamar
up. Let's be
Lamar
correct about this.
Lamar got
Let's
like
just say
264
let's
for
just say
5.
the highest paid guy pre-tax $45 million, right?
Highest paid
You
QB.
give him $45 million, right? You kiss Brandon Ayuk goodbye. There's just no way possible you can take from the defense and take from whatever you want on offense to keep both of them. Brandon Ayuk is gone, right? Now
You know.
you're gonna have to start asking guys to start taking pay cuts. The guys that helped them get there, you know what I'm saying? First guy they're gonna look at, probably Debo. You know what I'm saying? Debo, take a pay cut. Trent, maybe take a pay cut.
So
You
Joe
roll
got
this out
5
in
years,
the
275. Joe got 5 years, 275. His sign-on bonus was 40 million. The deals were 275. Brock Purdy gonna get 275.
276.
I think 4 years, 120 would be all right. 4 years, 120 is not bad.
And then look, the numbers start getting stupid for Joe. After the next season, 25, 25, 27, 35, 48. So at one point, Brock Purdy gonna get 48. Man, hell no. Hell.
Listen. You. It got to be his contract. If he wins a Super Bowl, has to be either between 160 to that 275.
He need to get a Kirk Cousins deal.
It
He get a Kirk Cousins deal.
what like 120 fully guaranteed?
3 years, 100 mil. They get a chance to get out of it after the second year.
He's not taking. Look, you gotta realize if Daniel Jones got 4 from 160, it gotta be more than Daniel Jones. He gotta take more than Daniel Jones. He gotta take more than Collar. He gotta take
Let me
more
look
than
at
these
Daniel
guys,
Jones. Let me look
right?
at
Honestly, if I'm him, I'm not walking in there and taking no less than Dak's contract.
And you're right. You're right. Look, Brock Purdy has put himself in a prime position to make his demands. You know what I'm saying? It's literally it's crazy. The more I think about it, it's really whatever he want, really. Because like I said, what is the alternative? You let Brock Purdy walk after winning your Super Bowl. What's the alternative? Right? Because Kirk, you could talk about Kirk going to Niners, Kirk staying in in Minnesota, right?
I think he is.
The only other above average QB that might be walking around in the offseason might be Russell Wilson
Or Baker Mayfield, maybe.
or Baker Mayfield. But I think Baker stays in Tampa Bay,
I think, yeah.
right? But then the other hand, right? If Brock plays himself out of a contract and has to go somewhere else with less talent, now you can see if you made a mistake or not. Because if he goes there and he's abysmal somewhere else, then it's like, whew, you dodged a bullet.
But
But
You play him fired.
I think too, if you pay him that kind of money, y'all, that means y'all saying that it's on Brock the reason why we did it, not Kyle. We know they're there because of Kyle and the team that they built. That's a strong, solid team. And you're gonna try to tell me you're gonna pay Danny Ocean makes 35 million next year. $35 million. Brock gonna make 35. Man, look,
if I'm Brock, I'm not taking no less. I'm not taking no less than 200. 4 years, 200.
200?
I'm not taking no less. If you win a Super Bowl, if I win a Super Bowl, I was the 7th round pick.
But I think
this man,
look, I think if
listen,
he
this
come in
man
there,
making 700 and something $1,000 this year.
Carr got a point.
Yo, this man take
no, he got a perfect point. Yes, Brock has all the angles, all the demands, right? But if Brock came in there and told me I deserve 200 million because I won a championship, I think people's feelings gonna get hurt in that meeting. I think folks'
Facts.
feelings gonna get hurt. They gonna be
Shut
like,
the door.
somebody gonna be
Shut the
like,
door.
somebody,
You're gonna,
somebody
you're
gonna be
gonna
like,
get
shut
the
the door.
door.
I'm so glad you bring that up. No, we won a championship because
We.
I'm a shrewd businessman. I bring the perfect amount of talent in here to make your
And,
subpar ass look
and
good.
you know what
You
I'll
know what I'm
do?
saying?
You know what I'll
I
do?
give you $200 million, right? I'm losing my number one receiver and Brandon, and now I gotta ask Trent, who guarded your ass for a whole season, take a pay cut. And we can't go build up on defense now because we got to give Brock 200 millions because he won us a Super Bowl.
And
Just
you know what
Brock
I'm gonna
Purdy
do?
won it.
I'm gonna look that man in the face and I said, when you traded for your savior out of New England a few years ago, and that man got to the place that I got to, okay, he didn't have a CMC, cool, but that man was up in that game. And who was the running back that year? That running back they had that year was going crazy.
Mostert.
Mostert going crazy. So I'm gonna look that man in his face and I said, when you traded for your savior out of New England a few years ago, when you gave up all this draft compensation to go draft your savior, who's sitting behind the man in Dallas,
True.
and they couldn't get this stuff done, and I came in and got this done for you. You gonna compensate me for this?
Because especially because of last year when
And then
Brock
John
went
Lynch was like,
down,
ah!
they didn't win.
Clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Kari. Okay, so how about this, right? How much does he get paid if he doesn't win the Super Bowl?
yo, that man should at least be a Daniel Jones. I'm not taking no less than Daniel Jones. You're not
The,
paying me no less than Daniel Jones.
Well, then he gonna get franchise tagged. If they can come to a reasonable agreement, we just gonna tag
It,
you.
it
And his tag isn't gonna be too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Being a
no, it ain't
seventh
gonna
round
be
pick.
too crazy.
Yeah. So we just tag you, Brock. You got
we're
the
not
same
taking.
energy next year. You got the same energy next year. All right, we're just gonna tag you again. And
Okay,
I'm gonna
but
wait this out. That's what
tag me,
I'm gonna tell Brock. Look, I'm gonna wait this out. I'm gonna wait this out because
tag me that third year.
you will show your true colors
Okay.
in these next 2 years.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait
But
this out.
you want to know the risk that you run when you do that? The risk that you run when you do that. Let's say he win this one, right? The team's still talented. You franchise tag me, and he win another one. And you franchise tag him that third year. You know how much they're going to pay him 60 million for damn near 1 year.
Something stupid. They're gonna pay him something
If
stupid.
he wins two, then yeah,
Now
I'm
you
gonna have
gotta
to let
pay
you
me. Now
guys.
you gotta pay me
Yeah,
the highest quarterback money.
I was like, hey,
Right
hey,
now
hey,
you
don't
pay
talk to me
me.
like that, Brock. All right, I ain't got to do nothing. Okay.
You pay me right now. You can get away with coming out with a discount. You wait 2 3 years down the road, and I win another Super Bowl. Oh yeah, I'm not taking no less than 300.
Do
This
you
is this
think so? Do you think
this is nuts. This is nuts.
so? Let me ask y'all this: do you think what Brock has done warrant like because it kind of looks like
It's
I
kind of
think
like
Brock's
Nick Foles that year in
thank you. I was
Philly.
just
You
thinking
know
about
what I'm
Nick
saying?
Foles. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Nick Foles went and beat the GOAT. He went and
he
beat
did.
Tom
He
in a
beat
Super Bowl coming off the bench. They dusted him off the bench and came in and beat Tom. The
Hold on, let's
Philly
see what Nick
special,
got.
all that,
Let's
right?
see what Nick got.
What did they do to Nick the next year? They put him right back on the bench.
But
Not
big
saying
what?
Brock is a bench player. I'm just saying they didn't say, all right, we're gonna cut Carson Wentz and we're gonna go and give Nick $300 million, $200 million. You know what I'm saying? I
Nick
get it.
wasn't the starter.
I know they had an in-house starter. I'm saying, what about Nick? What about Brock Purdy makes him so much better than Nick Foles in a sense during that time? You know what I'm saying?
The thing that made Brock Purdy better is Brock Purdy now has a full year. They were looking at him last year. All right, he was decent. This year he get a full year. At one point in this year, he was the MVP favorite. At one point,
And then he went to Minnesota and threw like 4 picks.
cool, cool. Not saying he's not gonna have bad games. He's a young quarterback. Not saying
No,
he's a
I
young
think I
quarterback.
went out there for Vic. My bad. Go ahead.
He's gonna have bad games. But my thing is, you cannot tell me that he wins you a Super Bowl after making 700 and something $1,000.
No, he deserves to be properly compensated. It's a lose-lose, bro. There's no nothing.
You're not paying
You're
me.
right.
You're not
You're right. You're right. It's a lose-lose, bro. He's gonna win. He's gonna get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? And the Niners are just gonna have to deal with it because
highest paid. You're right. Absolutely not. But you're not paying. I'm not. We're not walking in this office and you're going to sit here and tell me, hey, you're going to pay me anything less than Daniel Jones. Hey, you going to pay me anything less than
let me
that.
see something. What?
You going to have to pay me up there with, I'm going to need to be more than Dak. I'm damn near going to need to be around Herbert money.
So Foles got
Hey, whoa.
Herbert. Come on, Carr. Come
Bro,
on.
you know what's funny, Herbert? All right, so this is
Carr,
what they
come
say,
on,
right?
Carr.
This is what they're saying. So next year he'll earn a base salary of 985,000 with a cap hit of 1 million. So he's still on a contract next year, but he's probably gonna want to get an extension done before that. On the
Fact.
off chance he shows his true colors next year, and they're like, see, you know. But I mean, yeah,
So
they say his AAV is anywhere between the $24 million range. So
yo,
If he
yo,
beat Pat Carr, you right. He can let his nuts
wait, the thing
swing
is,
and stuff.
you can manipulate his contract, like what you just said. What's his face making 48 million at the end of his deal? You could give him a deal like that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
push
saying?
everything.
Give him a signing bonus up front, give him a chunk of it up front, and then push the rest of it back. You know, he'll have a secure job for the next 5-6 years, but he ain't gonna touch that big boy money. Because if you want to contend, that's the best way to do it. If
True.
you start off the rip giving him $35 million a year, now you really that's what like what Vic said. You give him that money, you're entrusting him to elevate this team. Now we
yo,
no longer
you're not about to pay. He's the dumbest man ever. If he go in there and allow them to pay him like Gino, if he allowed them to pay him like Gino, he is the dumbest man ever. This man not going there. Yo, you telling me Justin Herbert, who hasn't won one playoff game,
but look at the
getting
talent though.
no,
The
I get what you're
talent gap
saying.
is
I
major
get
though.
what you're saying. But you telling me this man, Justin Herbert, who haven't won a playoff game and all
Not
this
one.
in 5 years, 262, and I
And
can't get
really,
230. I can't
really,
get 230.
The Chargers is like the great value version of the Niners, if you think about it. Talent wise,
Exactly. And I can't get at least 230 for 5 years.
30.
Yo.
This is gonna be the talk of the offseason.
I'm
Is what
Mr.
they put in.
Irrelevant.
There's no win for the Niners. Because if they pay him 230, everybody gonna be like, they look like dumbasses. If they pay him too less or like that, then Brock Purdy, somebody gonna lose. But Brock Purdy, at the end of the day, this is what I can guarantee Brock Purdy. You will get an insurmountable pay raise.
Yeah.
You
No
said
matter what
you said
happens, no matter what happens, Brock, you are set for life once you sign this deal.
wait, talk. You said he's getting paid 900 or some thousand next year. This is
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. This is a quarterback going to the Super Bowl. He
It
making
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He
yo,
signed
You
this
have to beat
contract.
Pat. You have to beat Pat.
yo.
He's gonna have to beat him. No. He will have to beat him with his arm. I'm not saying CMC go out there and run for 400 yards, or he throw a screen pass to Debo and Debo house it. I'm talking about he go out there and
He
dot
gonna have to
them.
wheel and deal.
Dot them things. I'm talking about in the pocket, shucking and moving, shuck out the pocket, run up he gonna have to beat him.
I'm going to put this last thing. I'm gonna say this last thing and put it in perspective. With Bryce Young signing bonus, he could have paid. He could have paid Brock Purdy full earnings with his signing bonus 10 times fold, like 10 times.
Hold on, let me see what Bryce got paid. Hold on, let me see what Bryce got paid.
That's different. Bryce went number one.
Exactly.
So,
And you telling me this man going to a Super Bowl? Like,
okay, put Brock Purdy on the Carolina Panthers this year. What's their record?
I feel you.
Put Brock on the Panthers this year, right now. What's the record?
Because if we're talking,
maybe because what you're getting at, Car, is now we're paying you because you're gonna elevate the squad, right? You take CJ Stroud, you put him on the Panthers. Panthers might even fuck around and win the division. That's what you're paying for. Those are the guys that get paid like that.
I get what you're saying.
And the reason why Daniel Jones got the deal that he got, and we talked about this earlier on the show, like a couple shows back. At the time, it made sense because he looked like the guy.
Dayball did that. Dayball
did that. Dayball, you gotta look at from ownership, right? Daniel Jones looked like hot garbage all them years. Dayball shows up, and they're like, "Damn, this guy can actually throw it."
Damn,
this guy got wheels.
K-Wall, listen to this. Russell Wilson, 5 years, 242.
Russell has a ring though, and he's been in the league for years.
If this man wins,
he has to beat him. All right, he got to beat him.
He got to beat him, Card. He got to beat him.
Look, if he don't win,
he got to beat him.
If he don't win, right? It can't be the defense went out there, got 2 pick sixes, and they kicked 3 field goals, and that's how they won. It can't be CMC did it. It can't be none of that. It's got to be Brock Purdy got to go out there and ball. He has to prove to them that he won that because they know what they have surrounded him around. They know what they have surrounded him with. You know what I'm saying? They're not stupid. But he got to go out there and he got to beat the Pat. He got to beat him.
He got to beat Pat. But
He has
hold
to
on.
beat him.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna lie. I just looked at it. Bryce Young, boo boo behind, got $37 million contract. Brock at least gonna get 100 minimum. The conversation's at 100 minimum.
I don't understand what's wrong with 4 for 100.
I think 4 for 100 is a good deal. Car is generational
120.
wealth.
Or
That's
if you do-
generational wealth.
Or if you do 4 years for 120 fully guaranteed,
See,
that's what you want. You want the guaranteed money. 4
Kari
years
on that
for
Drew.
120
Hey,
million, 100,
who is that agent that plays like Drew Rosenhaus? Kari on that Drew Rosenhaus time.
or who's that agent, that baseball agent, or Scott Boris or something like that?
Scott Boras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich
Hey,
Paul.
hey,
We got
hey,
Rich
hey.
Paul over here.
The last one. We talking losing the Super Bowl. A man lost the Super Bowl last year. What's Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts got 5 years, 255.
And they run high school offense. They run a high school offense.
5 years, 255. Losing Super Bowl quarterback.
He better beat Pat. He beat Pat. He could do what he want to do. He could do what he want to do.
Yo, man.
He can do what he
Hey,
want.
look, man. If he go in there, and he want to beat Geno, get Geno money, That's okay. Let Daniel Jones get $40 million a year to sit his ass on the bench. That's fine.
If Brock Purdy go out there, he throw 3 TDs, 3 TDs, 300 something yards, rush for about 55 yards, and they wax the Chiefs. Pay him.
He ain't got to wax him. If he put them on a game-winning drive and he beat Pat Mahomes, give him that.
But if he go out there, if he go out there, and I think Brock has a lot of pressure on him today too, because this is his contract. This is gonna make or break him. He go out there and he looked like complete hot ass today. I don't think he gets that Daniel Jones contract. I don't think so.
Did you see the picture of him looking at Pat? They was talking in the pregame. He was looking at Pat like this. Like he already starstruck. He just doing like this. Pat looking at him spin the ball like, I'm about to smoke your ass, man. I'm about to cook.
Brock Purdy like,
yes.
Pat Mahomes, look at
yes. He's starstruck right now.
He's gonna be like, hey Pat, can you sign this?
Yes.
All right, man. Look,
I got a nephew. He loves you. It's crazy. His name Brock too. Could you make it out to him? I got a nephew.
I'm telling you, he's starstruck right now. He's starstruck.
Look, man. Hey, man. Look, man. I want that man. That man deserves to get paid. That man.
Pat probably dapping him up. Car said, "What's up, little dude? What's up,
little dude? This crazy."
Yeah, what's up, little dude? Look, rub him on the head. What's up, little dude? What's up?
All right,
I'll
man.
never wash my hair again.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's stay on the San Francisco for you.
What about Derek Carr money? What Derek Carr got? That's not bad either.
The Saints are regretting that right now.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that contract's not that bad.
That's not that. That's not
that would be that 5. I think it was like 5 for 160 or something like that.
Crazy. Whatever, man.
They're gonna if they give him a big ass contract, they're gonna guarantee like less than half of it. You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna give themselves not an out with this Brock Purdy. They give him 5 for 255. They're gonna guarantee like 80 of it.
Brock Purdy not bending me over the barrel, Car. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's not bending me over.
I could never look at him in a meeting, you know what I'm saying, and him coming there making demands with that. Like,
yeah, Brock's not. No, Brock ain't doing that.
$900,000 next year. Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Because I don't think Brock has it in him. I don't think so. This is the other thing, right? Say Brock really laid his nuts on the table and said, I ain't gonna play next year until you pay me. And they bring Sam Darnold in there, and Sam Darnold look exactly the same. Right? Now you're making yourself expendable because you know what this offense possesses. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a rocket scientist to thrive, right?
Sam Darnold making it to a Super Bowl.
But that's disrespectful too. Because the Baltimore Ravens said, Lamar, you know what? Go get it then, Lamar. Go get it and see what's out there. Tell Brock to go get it. If somebody give you a big contract, we'll match it. Go get it, Brock. Go get it. Go get it.
And that's Lamar, 2-time MVP.
They told Lamar that. Go Go get it.
You want to
Go
get
get it,
paid?
Rob.
Go get it.
Go get it.
And,
Show
and,
I
me.
and
forgot that. And
every
everybody
single
said,
team is
"Nah, we ain't
regretting
got
that
room
right
for
now, not
Lamar."
about going plunging for Lamar. They tried to prove a point with Lamar.
They
And
did. They did.
that point looks stupid now. Everything the Panthers look stupid, the Saints look stupid, the Falcons look stupid. Every
That was
single
collusion. That was collusion. We all
No, and the
know.
thing is, you can't
Yeah.
even blame Lamar. Got made an example of because of what Cleveland gave Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as they gave Deshaun Watson that money, every quarterback was like, "Well, damn, if he get 240 guaranteed, I mean,
and,
I'm Joe Burrow. I deserve all that. I'm
and
Jalen Hurts." You know
every
what I'm saying?
single team that did not plunge for Lamar looks stupid right now.
They do.
The
They do.
Panthers right now look stupid. We could have got Lamar for maybe
Y'all
that first
spend
round pick.
money. I'm saying the Panthers spend money on everything but that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
We
Y'all
could
change
have
coaches
got
every
Lamar for
year.
that same first round pick, the same 2 first round picks we traded to get Bryce. We could have had Lamar right now. We look like
Denver.
idiots. The Falcons, Desmond Ritter looks stupid right now. The Saints with Derek Carr look stupid right now. Every single one of them teams that did not plunge for Lamar look absolutely stupid. But hey, all right, let's move on. So my question for the day for y'all is right. There's a man running back had a chance to win MVP this year in CMC. But my question is, did Carolina do the right thing by CMC, or should we have kept him for our rebuild?
Hold on.
What you say, K1?
Oh, I thought we was pausing. My bad.
No.
Oh, did we do the right thing by him? Yeah, I think. I mean, because how old is CMC? CMC is like what? He's like 27, I think. CMC age. Yeah, 27. He's 27 years old. How long are you guys gonna be rebuilding? You get what I'm saying? Because CMC not cheap either. I know you guys don't spare money down there. You get what I'm saying? I think it was the right move at the right time because those picks that you've gotten, you was able to use those to draft your prospective players. I don't know who you used them to
Absolutely
draft.
nothing. We got to look. Listen to what we got for this man. We got a second, a third, a fourth, and then we got a fifth this year coming.
Oh, well, then yeah, y'all got fleeced. If you got people trading receivers for 2 first-round picks and stuff like that, you got arguably the greatest running back of our generation. Y'all gave him up for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next year 5. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
they got coming this year, the 2024.
There you go. You say y'all got fleeced.
Yeah, no, you could have did they could have did that one better. Yeah. I would have been like, yeah, you want him 2 first. And the thing is, you didn't have to trade him to San Francisco. You could have traded him anywhere. It's just San Francisco was willing to pony up for him, but yeah, I mean, you made San Francisco unbeatable. So I mean, at least y'all got that feather in your cap, but
It makes y'all
nah, because after a year like this, right? After a year like this, right? And CMC making, close to $20 million a year, then it'd be like, yeah, he's gonna be a cap casualty. Because this rebuild gonna take longer than y'all think. And by the time then, once you're ready to really like contend like that, CMC might be pushing 30. He might be slowing down, So you did do right by him, sending him to a winning situation because he gave y'all a lot of great years.
y'all did with him what we didn't do for Adrian Peterson. Y'all did for him what we didn't do for Adrian. And I love Adrian Peterson. And it was a lot of years Purple Jesus was back there giving his body and soul on the line. And all we had was giblets around him. He was out there doing everything possible for us. And we gave him Christian Ponder. We gave him Christian Ponder, Josh Freeman. We even gave him Fat McNabb. Like, you know how many bum quarterbacks we gave Adrian Peterson? Like his best quarterback was far for 1 year. Like, we didn't do him right. We didn't do him right. But I think with y'all, CJ makes y'all look bad. That's what makes it look bad. Is the year CJ had. Y'all are like the Bears when they got Mitchell Trubisky and the Chiefs got Pat Mahomes right now.
Facts.
But
Or even now, Houston took Deshaun in that draft.
Yeah, Richardson is Deshaun.
and then y'all
Even if Stroud ain't look like this year, y'all would still be like, damn. Imagine. I know he's hurt, but imagine if we had
Anthony
that.
Richardson, yeah.
Yeah, imagine if we had that running around for us.
And then I hate it for the Panthers is because you have a year like last year, and then you can't even get the pick. It's like the Bears stick-up kid, y'all. It's like they put the gun in y'all back. Shut up, shut up. Pull your drawers off. Pull your drawers off. Take the money out your pocket.
It's
They
like
just
you dropped the soap in prison and,
yes,
and everybody screamed, "Oh hell no!"
and then now the Bears got the number 1 pick, and they talking about no, we want the bag. I ain't giving the Bears nothing. If I'm a GM in the league, I ain't giving the Bears nothing. Y'all gonna make a decision. Trade Fields or take Caleb. Y'all got to make a decision. You ain't about to take my drawers off and tell me it's love. It ain't love. That ain't love. No.
Yo, absolute facts. Look, man,
Where do y'all pick in this draft?
Second round, first pick.
Damn.
Second
Damn.
round.
But how many picks y'all got?
Like
Same.
3.
Yeah,
Bro.
the same as
It's
yo,
like what y'all
Scott,
gave up too, bro. You gave up your number
Fritter.
one.
Scott Fritter, I'm happy we fired him. He honestly was the absolute worst GM. That like looking back at it, what he gave up. All right, yeah, the Bryce Young pick. If we really thought Bryce was the guy, and he's still young, whatever, I
He's
can't
still
be mad.
competing. He's still
I
competing.
can't be mad. If you identify your guy in the draft,
Do
okay,
it.
you got
Do it.
you got to shoot for it. Whatever. I feel like we reached, but it is what it is. My other problem with him is he kept trying to like instead of being patient, what he kept doing is trying to like fix the quarterback with failed quarterbacks before. Okay, Baker
Mm-hmm.
looked good right now in Tampa Bay, whatever. We couldn't figure out him in the right system, whatever. But to Sam Darnold, we gave up a shit ton to get Sam Darnold in there. We just kept giving up draft picks after draft picks after draft picks. And then we're terrible drafters. We are terrible. If Tepper really want to throw money at something, one of these teams that know how to identify talent, go throw money there. Go find us some scouts that know how to identify talent. Because every time in the draft we miss. We can't.
You guys hit on the defensive side. I think the offensive side, y'all don't know what you're doing
So so
drafting
so so
receivers and
I
we.
stuff.
like I like JC Horn. JC Horn, nice.
But
So
listen,
you
who
can
came
stay
behind
healthy.
J.C.
Imagine
Horn?
if you had
Listen, who come behind J.C. Horn? Pat Surtain come behind J.C. Horn. Michael Parsons come behind J.C. Horn.
I
So
forgot
like
about
when you look at like the people that can't like
Yeah.
I like J.C. Horn. He
Yeah.
can't stay healthy. He need to stay healthy.
You can't
But
say
like when you look at the people who came behind him, it's like, all right, he gonna be good, but we see what Pat Surtain doing.
he's
Do I feel like we
arguably
did
number
right by
1 in the league.
CMC? Absolutely. And this gonna be my, I'm rocking this today. I'm rocking this today because I'm happy for my man.
I'm happy for Christian. I am.
I'm happy for my man. It's just even in that CMC draft, all right, Cam was still doing decent. That's the only thing I heard about this CMC thing. We gave him up for 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth. Because who came behind CMC? Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. But
So,
Andy traded what 16 picks up. Like Andy seen it.
I mean, look at this one, right? Derek Brown, 2020. Y'all took him number 7 overall. You had Tristan Wirfs.
but Derek Brown good.
Tackle the few.
I'm not tripping on Derek Brown.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You had
Like
Tristan
Y'all
Wirfs
had
still
Tristan
there.
Wirfs.
You
no
had
no.
no. I'm saying they could have took Tristan Wirfs,
Oh,
Justin
he a
Jefferson,
freak, man. He a
Brandon
freak.
Ayuk,
But that
CeeDee
draft,
Lamb.
but that draft that you're talking about, for some reason, Scott Freddie used every single one
Just
of them
wait.
picks on defensive players.
Yeah, I know, because you went here as well
So,
and took Uter Gross Matos in front of Jonathan Taylor, Cole Kmet, Antoine Winfield Jr.,
so
Jalen Johnson,
and that's what I'm saying. We
Trayvon Diggs,
we
Jalen
need
Hurts, J.K. Dobbins. I
look
mean,
look
I
like
didn't know
it's
look
y'all was like
we
that card.
we're,
God,
we're spending we're spending money and we need to find somebody that know how to identify talent. That's where we
I,
need to go spend the money at.
I mean, like a pick before Jonathan Taylor, a
And
pick or two.
stop giving away all our draft picks trying to fix our team in one season.
You did get the Jeremy Chin one, right? The Jeremy Chin one. He
Jeremy
was
Chin is
good.
nice, but then they don't want to play him because he don't fit our defensive system.
and that's correct. Jeremy Chin was cooking for the Patriots, though.
They don't want to play Jeremy Chin.
Wasn't he with the
No,
Patriots?
no, no, no. That's what's his name? Jeremy Chin been with us. We just
Oh no, I'm thinking about the other. Yeah, you right.
yeah,
I'm thinking about the other guy.
Jeremy Chin been with us, but they don't want to play him. He don't fit our system. So it's like I don't know, bro. I don't know. Carolina, we
Look,
got
The Vikings about to be, I think the Vikings are going to be in the situation y'all in the next couple because I think they're gonna make the safe bet. They're gonna bring Kirk back, which JJ's saying probably bring Kirk back. I don't knock the Panthers for what they did, but now it's been proven these first round picks don't pan out. But CJ just make it look bad, Carr. It is what it is.
It was a
If
reach, right?
because if CJ didn't have the season he
And if CJ
had,
didn't have that year, Carr,
no,
it wouldn't look
everyone
like
be
it don't
like,
feel as
if
good.
CJ wasn't going to the playoffs and winning playoff games and stuff like that against the best defense in the league, if he was just down there with y'all, everyone would be like, he's got time to develop,
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing is, y'all don't. And the thing is, like, you got an owner who's not patient. You know what I'm saying? But he got a fat wallet. You know what I'm saying? So he's willing to spend it to get to where you need to be. And sometimes, like you said, it ain't the best players. And the thing is, like, what hurt Bryce this year was he had so many voices. I mean, you got Josh McCown in his ear, you got this one in his ear, you got pass game coordinator, you got passing therapist, you got snapping psychologist. You got a
Look, the thing.
Kim assist for ball placement. Like you had like 14 guys in his ear before he snaps a play. Could you imagine what that pre-snap thing is going on in his head?
See,
All
see, but see, this is
right,
the
go.
thing that I'm looking at, right? This is the thing that I'm looking at, right? Every single year, people identify 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Oh, these guys should be first round picks, right? If you identify four
Big
or
man,
five people that
big
could
man
be
over
first
that
round
guy.
talents, and then one guy is and we got the number 9 pick, we're likely to get one of them guys. Bryce, I understand. Like I said, if you think he's the
Y'all,
guy,
yeah.
plunge. But like nobody really said Bryce was just the de facto number 1. We could have waited and got Will Levis at 9. And then if Will Levis didn't pan out at 9, it is what it is. You know what
He's
I
in a
Then
mean?
the
better
thing is,
situation. He's
but
in
the
a
thing
better
is the
spot.
risk you run, right? The risk you run, right? Having the number one overall. Well, oh yeah, you were gonna be at 9, yeah, if you stood pat. But see, if you trade it up like how you trade up to number 1, right? And say you drafted Stroud and say Stroud didn't have a great year in Carolina because of all the factors that we just said, and Bryce went to Houston with all the freedom that CJ had and looked great, it'd be the same thing.
I feel no, I get that, right? When I'm saying what my problem with Scott Fritter, and I freaking hated Scott Fritter as our GM, he just always wanted to give away our picks. He just wanted to go fix things the right way. My
Yeah,
thing is, you could have waited at 9, and we could have took Will Levis. And then the thing is, if Will Levis did not pan out, we would have had the same season we had this year.
yeah. And the
The
thing is,
the exact same
your
season, and
Not
GM,
then
your
we
give
got
up
GM,
as
Caleb
much.
next year.
Not
yeah,
give
your
up as
GM,
much.
he treats y'all's picks like this
Nah,
the
he
NBA.
fired. Good. Got him out of
Like
there.
he playing
Like in
Madden.
the NBA, nobody gives a damn about picks really. Them things is
No,
just
don't trust.
transactional things to get people to trade for them. It's very hard nowadays to find a surefire good player in the second round. In the NFL, a second round pick, bro, you could find an all pro laying around. I just named a couple guys in the
Yeah,
second and third round. Them picks matter in the NFL.
facts. So I don't know, man. To me, I'm happy what we did for CMC to wrap it up. All right, so it's too early in the morning to really take a shot, but we're gonna do our take a shot segment, and we just gonna discuss it. Um, this brought to you by Pinnacle Contractors. Pinnacle Contractors, if you need anything done on the West Coast or the 757 area, Pinnacle Contractors. All right, so for take a shot today, um, the first one, Aaron Rodgers' greatness still slightly over Pat. We're talking about
Wait, what? Wait, what was the question? Wait, hold on. Sorry, I was looking at my daughter. What did you say?
Aaron Rodgers' greatness is still slightly over Pat.
What?
We're talking about a
No,
4-time MVP,
no,
1-time Super Bowl
no,
champion. Yeah,
Yeah, hold on,
no,
let me go ahead.
yeah. Hey, yeah, no,
no,
you're right.
no.
We ain't doing that.
Pat Ben surpassed that. Pat
Hey
Ben
man,
surpassed.
I'm with you. I'm with y'all there.
Yeah,
Rogers, I ain't say, did like Rogers ain't no bum. I'm not saying Rogers no bum enough. But and Rogers elevated guys, Jordy Nelson. Um, he, I mean, he might be the only guy really elevated, really for me. Because the running backs he had, what Eddie Lacy, Aaron Jones. Aaron is great, Carr. I'm not saying Aaron ain't great. Aaron is good, but I think Pat has jumped that. I don't
I
think
think
that's a
he's
conversation. I don't think
yeah.
that's.
All right. Number two, Andy Reid is a better coach than Bill Belichick.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say yes. This is the only reason why I'm gonna say yes, right? This is the only reason why I'm gonna say yes, right? Is because Andy Reid has made it work with Pat, Alex Smith in Philly, Donovan, Mike Vick. He's had quarterbacks with all different types of attributes and have made them all look great, right? With Bill, we've seen Bill with the prototypical QB of like Drew Bledsoe to Tom Brady. And now at this later stage of his career, he can't figure out what to do with Mac Jones, who's that same kind of build. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, this could go either way. I'm just saying body of work wise and impact wise, I think Andy Reid has touched more franchises and he's left more of a teachable doctrine that he could pass down to others because he made it work with Donovan McNabb, dual threat Ferrari, Mike Vick, uh, feet of stone, Alex Smith, and now Pat Mahomes. All four different guys who do four different things, but they're all similar in one way. And he's able to coach up a game plan to make all of them look great with where they're at. Bill has his set way of how he wants it done, and if they don't look good doing it, he's gonna find somebody else. But
Yeah, what you
I
got?
think Andy Reid is a great coach,
I think K's right, man. Especially if he wins today.
especially if he wins today.
Especially if he wins today. Because you got to think, man. And then Bill has won with guys that we don't know neither, like the Wes Welkers, Julian Edelman, Deion. He's had under par, and then Andy Reid had Todd Pinkston and Thrash catching from McNabb. What? Like he had got. It was at one point Andy. All they had with the Chiefs was Dwayne Bowe at one time. I think. I think he might have
Yeah.
retired before he got. But like Andy has shown, just like K-Ball said, like every stop, every quarterback, he's made it work. And his coaching tree is stupid. Andy's coaching tree, I mean, his tree is stupid.
And the
So
thing is, like, and that I'm glad you bring that up, right? Look at Andy Reid's coaching tree and the
yeah,
success they have in the league with what they've learned from him, and then look at Bill's coaching tree.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this. Every guy who leaves Bill's coaching tree always find their way back up under Bill when they get jobs somewhere else.
listen to Andy Reid's coaching tree. I think I'm not a Sean McDermott fan. Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh, Matt Nagy, Doug Peterson, Ron Rivera, Todd Bowles, Pat Shermer, Leslie Frazier, Steve Spagnuolo, Brad Childress. Like he's got guys that's won in this league at a high level.
All right.
Belichick, I think his best guys, he had Flores, Dayball.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia was horrible in Detroit. He just looked horrible.
Joe Judge,
Joe Judge,
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien might be his most winningest one.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think Bill might be his most winning one. I think second may be Flores, maybe with the Miami 3 years he was there, maybe.
And I'm not taking anything away from
I'm,
Bill what he's done either.
I'm with Andy. I don't know, not yet. Maybe not yet. Maybe this win today.
I think if he win a chip today,
I'll play him over. All right. So if the Niners win today, CMC will be the Super Bowl MVP.
Yes, duh.
Yeah.
Today. Next question.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, now don't let Brock win the MVP. Now Brock win the MVP. That's all. That changes everything.
Okay.
That changes everything if Brock wins it.
Pat Mahomes will end with more rings than Tom Brady.
I think Pat's going up against a lot more. That AFC's tough now. So you got to think now. Pat got to go into next season. CJ, Josh, Lamar, Joe, Trevor Lawrence isn't them, but he's still good.
Trevor, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Justin Herbert. That's 6 guys. Hand Banana, aka Deshaun Watson.
You got Tua in Miami. You know what
I'm saying?
You got Rodgers coming back.
That's 9 guys.
9 teams. And then you still got your own division of guys, you know what I'm saying, which is a gauntlet with Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna play you tough. Like the AFC is loaded. It's really like
I don't think Pat will win more than Tom, but it's gonna look better than how Tom did it, I think.
Because in the AFC, there's only really 2, like maybe 3-4 dud teams. You know what I'm saying? With the only like a couple duds.
So do you got him in there with more, or you got him
I
Tom
think
got what, 7?
seven?
I don't know if he catches him with 7.
I
He's
don't
on a
think
great trajectory. He's got to win today. I think he gets 5. I think I can see Pat getting 4
I
or
see
5
Pat. Yeah, I see Pat.
because because it's just too much talent. So one of them guys is going to break through one year.
Yeah.
All right,
You know what I'm saying?
last one. Travis Kelsey is only considered better than Gronk because of injuries.
That's a good question, Carl.
That is a great question.
I think it's the Shaq was dominant, Gronk was dominant. Kelsey, if I can compare Kelsey to an NBA player that was like a center but not as dominant as Shaq, but he was still really, really good, was like
Embiid,
kind of
maybe.
like a Powell, maybe like
Oh,
a Powell or Patrick Ewing in his prime, or like
I feel like Travis is like like Joker.
Joker. That's a great joke. He's kind of like
Yeah.
Joker, man, because Travis is good. Like Travis is good. Like great. Like if somebody
But
say Travis
but
number one all
Gronk
time,
was like but Gronk was dominant.
like dominant, Gronk
Dominant. You know what I'm
dominant.
saying? A physical specimen. And Travis Kelsey's a specimen in his own right, but Gronk was like
Dominant.
you take Kelsey and Kittle and put them together and you got Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Just he could run block, he can violent runner, massive, you know what I'm saying? He make a play, you know. Like you said, yeah. I think Gronk is the Shaq to Kelsey's Jokic.
Gronk's the Shaq to like Kelsey joke. Yeah, man. You got they was getting mad. Gronk was getting injured because you couldn't tackle him up top. You had to hit him down low. You had to.
Yeah, Gronk would come out there with every apparatus on his knee. He had the whole robotic arm at one point still out there. So I'd give you 6 for 100 and 2 tutties.
He
You know what
was
I'm saying?
running like a dad playing with his kids. Like he was just a big, massive guy, man. Like he was just
Yeah. So what y'all got? Is that the only reason that Travis is better than him?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
because of injuries. But the dominance, Gronk was dominant.
Facts.
Gronk was
And then you got to look
like
at that too,
Gronk.
right? Gronk played half the time and put up the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And
Imagine
then
if
you
Gronk
go
was
to
healthy
Tampa and get another one
off the couch. You know what
off
I'm
the
saying?
couch.
Imagine
You
if
eat
Gronk was
jelly beans.
healthy. Imagine Gronk was healthy the whole career. You know what I'm saying? He had a healthy career. The
Mom,
numbers would be crazy.
mom, I need some more draws. Like he's just like a big kid. Like, I don't know.
All right. Well, that was Take a Shot brought to you by Pinnacle Contractors. You need anything done, 757 on West Coast, Pinnacle Contractors. All right. So now it's time for the pick of the Super Bowl. Who y'all got?
Pat, Pat. Don't go against Pat. Don't go against Pat. Pat. But I'm like, what? I lost. Wait, I picked the Texans against the Browns. I won that one. I lost
I think we all lost the Dallas one.
the
Yeah.
Dallas one. We lost the Dallas
We
one.
all lost the Dallas one.
Did,
I
did we
wasn't
pick
thinking.
another one?
I think we lost the Rams one. Didn't we lose the Rams one? Because I think we all took Stafford against Detroit,
Yeah, we
didn't we?
lost round two
Yeah.
and
So I'm
Yeah.
one and two. Pat gonna even me out. Pat gonna even me
Yeah,
out.
I think because it's not just Pat. You know, there's a lot of other variables. You know, what I'm saying working against the Niners. So I'm gonna take Pat. The
Taking
Niners
Pat.
have to play perfect. They have to play perfect to beat them.
I'm taking
He been waiting.
Pat. I ain't going against Pat. What are we talking about here?
I ain't going against
I
Pat.
love
They
CMC.
got the Chiefs plus 110 too.
I love CMC. I'm
Plus
rock.
money.
Yo, if CMC win, I'll be the happiest man in the world. I want CMC, you know, but I ain't going against Pat.
I
I
ain't going
just
against
can't.
Pat.
I can't. But Brock still deserves his money. Well, this was this been the Stay at Balance podcast. You know, I'm your host, Corey P, signing off for K Wall and Vic.
Hey, one last question. One last question.
I'll go ahead.
Before we go, this fantasy related. Do y'all think CJ gonna get bid higher than Pat
Next year?
next year?
I don't think
If CJ get like a Brandon Ayuk or like a Devontae Smith, or they bring in something like that, definitely.
Yeah, I think CJ gonna go for like 80 though. I ain't gonna lie.
Like
CJ
fantasy wise, yeah.
Yo,
I
yo,
think
you know how our drafts go. Our drafts go, yo, whoever come up first gonna get the high money. If it's a weight,
Fact.
you don't.
How much you think Marvin Harrison gonna go?
Marvin Harrison, he going for at least 30.
How much did
30.
Bijan go for?
Really?
How
That's
much
in
did
my
Bijan
price
go
range.
for? Bijan probably went for like what, $40,
70.
70? Bijan went for
70.
70?
Oh wait, that was
Remember
off on
the
Mox.
no. Remember the managerless team took him.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, like 60, 70, somewhere up there.
It depends where he go. If he go with Kyler, hey,
Harrison, yeah, I'm drafted. I'm drafting. I'm back. I'm supporting again. I'm drafting Kyler and Harrison.
if he's with Kyler, yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Cook
With
it
Trey
up.
McBride too.
Cook it up. This has been Stand
I'll
Down
get all three
Podcast.
of them. I'll get all three of them. Kyler,
Right.
Trey, and Marvin. I'll rock out with that. I'll figure the rest out.